Warning: the show you are about to hear contains muscular, intelligent, and intelligible sexy men discussing B-movies, and will contain movie spoilers. Only one of the previous statements is actually true. You decide.
So light that fuse and let it burn. There's no escape, there's no return. Exploding heads and synthwave licks. We're deep in cult classic kicks. Low budget dreams that never quit. Every frame a misfit hit. This is the B-Movie Blitzkrieg Podcast. This is Duncan and the Baz. The B-Movie Blitzkrieg Podcast.
Welcome back to the B-Movie Blitzkrieg Podcast, the only show where the devil drives stick, small-time sphere, Satanist, and the devil himself has an unlimited petrol card. How does he do it, Baz? How does he do it? I'm your host, Duncan McLeish, spiritual leader, sheriff, auto mechanic, and part-time podcaster. And this week we're revving up the car from 1977, a film that asks the eternal question: what if Satan had a horn, a hood ornament, and a grudge against cyclists? It's a dusty desert-set demolition derby of dread, where the villain is a blacked-out muscle car with no driver, no mercy, and apparently no need for petrol. Of course, I'm not cruising this devil drag strip alone. Never do it alone. Riding shotgun with me, he's the only man to have been hit by Christine, the car from Jewel, and Herbie the love bug, and somehow walked away with nothing but mild whiplash. Don't test a man from Scotland. He is, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the Baz.
Jawohl, mein Führer. We're hundreds of miles into the plains of eastern Russia. We're running out of fuel, big man. Let's head for the Caucasus.
Yeah, nothing good will happen if you're a German at that time saying we're heading to Russia. That's
And that was really the only way I could kind of shoehorn cars in without doing the whole VW Beetle route, and I couldn't be fucked.
Herbie the love bug. I put in there for you, just for you, Baz, just for you. The car, which is, what if we made Jaws, but it was a car? And Satan, because Satan. Had you seen it before?
No.
Excellent.
I'd never even heard it, to be honest.
In fairness, so this has got the big old Josh Brolin's dad here, as the main guy with the moustache. Pish, man. Yep. Believe it or not, his son was a mere not even a decade from this in the Goonies. And would be on doing things like Weapons, that movie that we saw recently, which was bitchin'. So he's he's continued on the filmic career, but there was a time where his dad was doing movies like this, and around the same time, the Amityville movie, he's in that one as well, the original Amityville Haunting. He's in that, and a kind of mainstay of cinema. But here he's rocking a fine tash and trying to stop a satanic car. And yeah, this is what happens when a movie like Jaws comes out. People are like, we can do movies like this? How else do we make things threaten people? Well, if it's not in the water, maybe it's on the ground. Well, what do we do? Do we use a lion? Do we use a tiger? Do we use a car? Just make a... But who's driving the car? Satan. Write that script. The drugs are good in this room. Yeah, I put this on the list. We were joking about this off air. I put this on the list because I don't know if I have fond memories. I have memories of watching this movie and having now revisited this movie on the lovely Blu-ray that Arrow Video put out that I broke the seal on. I think I've owned it for 4 years, never opened it. I sat down and watched it. I got to the end of it and I was like, this movie will never end. I don't believe the credits. It's so fucking long. I don't want to give away my score, but that's how I felt. But you might be thinking, Duncan, you're harsh. I've never heard of this movie before. What happens in it? Maybe you're embellishing and over-exaggerating. Well, there's only one man that can tell me if I've done it right or wrong, and that is the guy that's about to give us the script. So we're going to take a short break. When we come back, Baz will be giving you the synopsis to the car. You'll be doing it right after this. And welcome back to a segment that I've called the Carnage Report. Baz is going to give us a little bit of the synopsis, as thin it is for a movie as long as it is. Baz, what happens in the car?
So, as I said off air, Duncan, I don't actually have a plot synopsis for this film. But as you pointed out, it's not exactly plot heavy. A small American town is besieged by a car that appears to have nobody driving it.
Yep.
It attacks random people for no reason. They struggle to get out the way of the car.
Which, if you've watched our Death Race 2000, we literally said on that episode,
Yeah,
kind of easy to get out of the way of a car at close quarters.
that kept coming into my head watching this. Anyway, we'll come on to that. So yeah, basically that's it. It centres around a cop.
Yep.
And basically his attempts to defeat this evil car. You don't find out where the car came from. You don't find out who or what is driving it, if anything at all. And then they drop some fucking rocks on it at the end.
Credits. Yeah, I think that's fair. Like, this is, I say this with all all confidence and also all humility. This is post Jaws. You're in a post Jaws world now. Jaws came out 75, 76. And there is a race to essentially recreate. The interesting thing about this is Steven Spielberg's made this movie already. Like, Jewel came out before Jaws, and Jewel is about, it's not like a driverless vehicle, but it's a vehicle that's terrorizing people.
Right, sorry, I've never heard. It's Duel.
Duel.
As in a duel between two people? Or
Yes,
No,
DUEL, Duel.
Right.
So it's Steven Spielberg's movie before Jaws, essentially. In fact, he used a lot of the same sound. The infamous scene is the shark when it's killed at the end of Jaws and is floating in the water. They use exactly the same sound as and this is a spoiler, the Duel vehicle going off a cliff. So he just resampled that, reused it, boom. He's like, how did I get this sound? This is how I get this sound. I just use the sound of her. So he basically already done someone stalking someone, and then Jaws is the better movie, obviously, because you've heard of Jaws and you've never heard of Jewel. That's how I know it's the better movie. This is the wave of, like, basically from 76 onwards, you get a ton of people just trying to recreate Jaws in various forms. This one here, they've chosen a car. Fine. Why it doesn't have a driver, we don't know. Why Satan's involved? Well, it's post-Exorcist, so maybe Satan. I don't know.
Sorry, when does Satan get mentioned?
Well, it's not.
Is it specifically mentioned in the film?
I think it's the fact that it can't drive onto holy ground. The whole scene at the church.
That's right. Yes.
It never? I don't think they ever.
Is a Bible class teacher.
Yeah, I don't think they ever specifically say Satan. I think it's a demonic car. By assumption, it's Satan.
Right. It was just that one line. I do remember that line now.
It's like so ill thought out. It's because it's not it's someone at some point when making the movie said, who's driving the car, and they're like, it drives itself, and they're like, well, that doesn't make sense. And they're like, Satan? And they're like, yeah, let's just shove that in. Like, fine, whatever. Yeah, and there's not a lot to the plot. Like I say, James Brolin's in this movie. Love a bit of James Brolin, and it has not a bad cast. But you are essentially, this movie should be a tight 120. This movie is like a ball hair off fucking 2 hours. So what are we doing here?
It's that long. It's
an hour and 40. It's an hour and 40. But it felt like a year. So felt like it never finished. It feels like I'm still watching it, Baz. Let's do some rad, sad, and bad, because maybe we can salvage something. Salvage being the appropriate word here, because cars. We're going to do that right after this. And welcome back to a segment that I've called Rad, Sad, or Just Satan in a Sedan. We're doing the top 5 rad, sad, and bad sometimes there's the occasional mad moment here from the movie The Car. Right. I love me a graveyard scene. I really love me a graveyard scene. But when a satanic car, a demonic car, is pulling donuts, like I would know the most sacrilegious thing they've done in this movie. I was like, oh, edgy Satan. Yeah, it's rad as fuck. Like some of the car work in this movie, notwithstanding the fact that you're made to believe there is no driver, some of the driving car work in here in the stunts are actually really rad. And it's because it's filmed at a time where safety standards on film sets didn't really care if you really horribly injured yourself in a car accident, and that's where it gets away with it. So that's my rad.
I'll open with a bad.
Oh,
Absolutely no backstory of the car at all.
none.
And
Those
it
big
just
ones.
opens straight into this car killing two folk on bikes. Straight into it.
Yep.
No backstory, no build up, nothing. Just out on my bike with my wee bird. I'm probably going to go up a mountain and finger her. Bang! She's dead. Bang! I've jumped off a bridge.
The bridge one is particularly
Yeah.
bad. He's like, just gonna keep driving you until you jump off the bridge. like, yeah, come here. I go, oh,
Do you want to know what's rad though?
give me a rad.
How one solitary hitchhiker can just put an end to domestic violence with nothing more than a French horn, a perm, and lots of denim.
70s, man.
What
There's
a
a
time
time.
to be alive.
There's a weird bit in this, like specifically late 70s, before the 80s come along as a coke-fueled nightmare of neon and fucking shoulder pads and all the rest, where you could literally just be anything, and with the addition of drugs, be cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll ever see that time again.
Now, this one I've got under rad because there's not really anybody else that fits. But I will give this film props for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
The amount of character development in little subplots is something to behold.
70s cinema, man, where they weren't trying to rush everything.
You've got the torn lead character who's lost a wife and has found somebody else, but the kids won't accept the new person, so he's battling, but he's torn in two directions by opposing horses, as it were. You've got a veteran cop battling the demon drink, a grizzled old sheriff that's clearly in love with a battered wife. I mean, none of it goes anywhere. But
Don't need to.
See, the more it came up, I'm like, why? Like, you could have made this into a TV series quite easily. Do you know what I mean? It's good stuff. It's tear-jerking stuff, but it's good stuff.
I'm going to be like, Josh Brolin is a handsome man, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is a beautiful moustache, a moustache that I will tell you right now, as someone that has tried to do Movember before, and Baz occasionally throws the pictures back in my face, cannot grow a moustache. It looks like an unwashed face. It looks like it looks like I've maybe face planted into a chocolate cake and no wiped off the mess. I can't do it. But Josh Brolin is a handsome man, handsome moustache. However, his flirting in this movie would make you think that he has never slept with anyone, never been on a date, never ate dinner with a woman, never seen a movie with her, never held hands, never saw a sunset together. Like the script for him flirting is fucking awful. Like actually, like borderline to the point where I'm like, one, who wrote this, and is that person a virgin? Maybe, I don't know. For someone that is so sexy in this movie, he literally couldn't find his hole if, I don't know, someone had neon lights above it pointing to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I put that as sad because I want James Brolin to get his hole. So,
As As my late father would have said, he could fall into a barrel full of tits and come out with a cock in his mouth. Oh, God rest you, Dad. He used to hear all this piss after we shoot young chefs that worked for him, and he would just repeat it to me. I think he was funny.
I told me that one before.
So that was one of his favourites.
Oh, that is stolen right now. That is stolen right now. That's going to get used tomorrow in a team chat call.
Do you know what's mad in this?
Give me the mad.
The line that's delivered when the car attacks the parade rehearsal, and the lead teacher just keeps screaming, "Run for the cliffs!
Run for those cliffs, Baz."
That seems like a bad idea, right? We've already discussed the limited killing potential of cars in a close environment, but if you're going to run and stand at the edge of a cliff, you are just inviting trouble as far as I'm concerned. Do you know what I mean?
That line should be, "Run to the second floor."
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Do you want to know what made me sad, Duncan?
What made you sad?
The fact that we changed the format from that of the highly successful podcast Under the Stairs, where I was able to flex my nickname-making muscles with gay abandon. If we still did that, I would have had a really good one for this. So you know the cop that is the Bible class teaching cop who's also secretly battling the demon drink. Do you know what I would have called him?
What?
Magnum DUI. Oh, I was chuffed to bits when I came up with that. Chuffed to bits.
It's borderline fucking genius, man. Oh man, ladies and gents, on that note, we are moving. We are rolling. We are rolling right on. We're gonna go to the next segment here. So we're not talking about like the rad, sad, and bad. We're actually talking about some of the dialogue in this movie, which is dry. Dry as the scenic landscape the car drives past most of this movie. We're doing it, ladies and gents, right after this. And welcome back to a segment that I've called Top 5 Lines Written on the Highway to Hell. We are going to cover some lines. Now, I will be honest, when you search this movie for great lines, you're not going to find them. However, there are lines, and some of them, at a squint and a push, might be interesting. Yeah, let's let's get into it. Most of mine feel like painfully obvious. Like this one here. There's no driver in that car. Like, yeah, because it's driven by a demon. Yeah. Baz, do you have anything even remote? I get the feeling this segment's going to be very short.
Yeah. One of mine is the bit. So we've already discussed after the attacks the parade rehearsal, they flee to like a little cemetery bit.
Yeah.
And the car, as you've pointed out, because it's the devil or some fucking thing, can't go into the cemetery. And it leaves, and everybody's cheering and all that, and this old lady teacher just shouts, "Cat poo." Fuck is that about? Did you see that bit? She's like, "Cat poo." All right. Fucking mental.
I think she shouted cat poo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what she shouted. I assumed it was a unintelligible car or something.
Cat poo.
What about the car? It went through the cemetery. It didn't even touch the ground. Like, that's the other thing about the car seems to have like Jason Voorhees abilities to just morph places. That's never explained. We'll get to that in plot holes.
Here's one. Up yours with a splintered fiddle, you son of a bitch.
I mean, America.
Yep.
You imagine getting a splintered fiddle shoved up your ass?
Well, that's what's going to happen if you're going to fuck with a man's French horn.
What about, that's not a car, that's something else. No. It is a car. It's a car. Maybe controlled by something, but it has all the
Could not be
wheels.
more obvious, my friend.
Yeah, I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
Bless me. But, right. I have nothing else of value here. I was actually reading through my list, and it's all like shades of the car's driving itself. Gonna die here with these sneeze. The car, it's something else. That's not a car. There's no driver. The car's in the garage. It's all like the car. I get the feeling if you were an editor on this movie and all you had was this movie to do a trailer from, you're like, they're saying the name of the movie too much. We need it just once in a pivotal scene that I can crop that out and put in the trailer, and everyone's like, he said the name of the movie. No, everyone is like the car. There's a great line that says, I don't want to die in this town. And I was watching this movie saying, I don't want to die watching this movie. So let's move on, Baz. We are going to jump into plot holes. There are no plot holes here. We haven't mentioned 17 plot holes already. We wouldn't do that. We're going to do it right after this. And welcome back to a segment that I've called Potholes in the Plot.
Hey, I like that.
I once again, there are moments when I'm writing my notes where I'm like, you're better than this. And there's other moments where I'm like, you're exactly where you need to be. Yeah. Right. You've mentioned it. I think we need to double back. It's my biggest one here is the car's origin.
Mm-hmm.
Is the biggest plot hole here. It's not explained. There's no satanic ceremony. There's no cult behind the car that's controlling it. There's nothing. It's just a marauding satanic car that is just hunting people with no theme. Like, I can understand if they were like people that didn't go to church or people that did go to church or whatever. It's just randos that this car's going after, and there's no explanation. And as a result, when we get to the end of it, it is, for lack of a better word, wholly unfulfilling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. The other one that's obvious to me, and again, we've kind of mentioned it, and as you say, we talked about this during the Death Race movie. The example I've given here is the bikes at the start. Why didn't you just pull over? Why didn't you, the car's coming up behind them kind of thing. There was laybys and all that. Stop your bike. It's just a kind of shitty premise, and I hadn't realised that there was all of this kind of Jaws, trying to recreate Jaws again, because I had noticed one of my notes which I've not used. There's some of the suspense music is very similar. We never touched on it. The soundtrack is almost it's like two steps away from Lawsuit similar. Yeah, it's absolutely blatant. But yeah, it's just it's easy to get away from it. Do you know what I mean? When there's I don't know, just doesn't work for me, kind of thing. And you've really got to kind of suspend your disbelief then at that point.
Yeah,
you don't with Jaws. For obvious reasons. Do you know
that's the thing with me is like I don't often like the backstory being delivered to me in a horror movie. I sometimes like my killers to be like anonymous, and like that's the scary thing. Why does it do the thing that does? But when we give the car so much screen time with no information, there is a part of me like I don't know how Michael Myers became Michael Myers, but I know from Loomis's monologue that there's been years trying to reach him and they couldn't because he was dead inside. You know what I mean? That's the exposition that I need to carry that forward. In this movie, I mean, you don't even get that. So kind of falls apart there. Let's head to the inevitable grades here, Baz. I wonder who's scoring what. Who's going to be the higher scorer? We'll find out right after this. And welcome back, ladies and gents. Let's score this in a segment that I've called I Could Not Think of Anything at All to Write Here to Make Me More Enthused to Score This Movie. It's a segment where we score this movie out of 5. Baz, what are you giving the car?
Rather surprisingly, I'm going to give it a 3.
You are way higher than me.
I quite enjoyed the film, and I think a lot of it comes down to the acting in this film is pretty.
It's
decent.
very good. Yeah.
And there is a bit of development about the character. You actually feel something for the characters. I remember feeling quite sad, spoiler here, when the teacher, when the cop's girlfriend dies. I remember feeling quite sad about that, you know what I mean? Whereas a lot of the films we've covered earlier in this is you don't give a shit about any of them, do you know what I mean? But because of the character development work in this, you kind of create bonds with the characters in it, and I did quite enjoy that side of this film, and it's well made.
It's very well made.
It's well shot. Some of the stunts are maybe a bit mental and a bit far-fetched, but a lot of the driving kind of stunts and that are kind of cool to watch. Do you know what I mean? You have to get by the fact you're watching a bit of possessed car or what's wrong with this car. But that aside, it's a well-made, well-shot film. Yeah, I actually did quite like it. I could sit and watch it again. I mean, I probably won't seek out any type of demolition, but if somebody stuck it on, I would happily sit and watch it again. Yeah, I didn't mind the car actually, and weirdly, when you gave me the list of movies that we were going to do in this first season, it was the one I remember thinking, "Oh, that just sounds awful. That's going to be terrible." You know what I mean? Just one of these mindless kind of. It's just you've got a flimsy premise, and that's all you have.
So is it a one sentence premise, and then we're going to build an hour and a half movie around it? Yeah,
and it's not like I say. It's well acted. It's well shot. The characters get brought to life, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm giving it a 3. What about yourself?
2.5. I'm the middle of the road. Pun intended for this one. I think had I not seen it for this and you'd asked me kind of blind scoring, I think I'd be more in line with you. I think I'd be marginally above you. I think it would be a 3.5. But having rewatched it, I realised that maybe it doesn't move quite at the speed that I want it to. And there's a lot of downtime in this movie, and I kind of all the puns and analogies coming out about driving. I kind of want this to rev up a bit quicker than it does, and it doesn't quite get there for me. So yeah, 2.5 out of 5 from me. And ladies and gents, with that, we're going to bring this home. And it's the end of the road for The Car, a film that proves evil doesn't need a driver's license, just a killer paint job and a taste for pedestrians. A huge thanks, as always, to the Baz, who once again braved the cinematic carnage armed with only a sheriff's badge, not a rusty one, a flask of holy water, and a playlist of satanic road trip tunes. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure that you subscribe on our YouTube or Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your Satan-powered sound systems. And hey, leave us a review, preferably before the car finds you. Next time on the B-Movie Blitzkrieg, we are trading horsepower for hot pants with Russ Meyer's Faster Pussycat Kill Kill, our oldest movie in the list, coming in at 1965, a film where go-go dancers drive fast, fight dirty, and deliver more cleavage than character arcs. Expect wild women, wild wheels, and more murder by side boob than cinema has ever dared attempt. Until then, keep your eyes on the road, your hands on the wheel, and remember, here at the B-Movie Blitzkrieg, the bizarre meets the brilliant, one B-movie at a time. Baz, say goodbye to our listeners, please.
Auf Wiedersehen, mein Kameraden. Wait. Who's driving that tank? Blitzkrieg!